place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find that that's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day.
This fall, escape to the Smokies for the Bavarian Fall Festival at Anakista. Enjoy Bavarian-style food, live music, fall colors, and a beer tasting pass you'll love. Enjoy good views with great brews. Get your tickets at anakista.com.
Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday. We've got Taco Tuesday upon us and, kind of a soupy Taco Tuesday to get the morning started. It is a foggy start to the day. We'll start you off with a live view there in downtown Clinton, Anderson County. And that's the view that we're going to see here through the morning hours. And actually, we have a little bit more fog developing this morning than what we had yesterday morning, where the National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory. Yesterday, we did make it to 51 degrees, so we were trending a little bit below that forecasted high because it just took a long time for that fog and the clouds to finally burn off, which with the clear skies and the low-level moisture, let me drop my clicker here, we've got the dense fog. So dense fog advisory actually in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. Yesterday, it was 9 o'clock, but look how much more widespread the fog is. So if you have any sort of travel plans across multiple counties here this morning, you want to give yourself a little extra time. Fog and fast drivers do not mix. No, they don't, my friend. They don't. And you can't use your high beams. Obviously, it's not a little bit brighter out there this morning, so you wouldn't necessarily need the headlights like if it was in the middle of the night type of thing. But definitely a foggy start to the day. Let's see. I know it's November, but but is it Tennessee? Where is that southern heat? It's coming this week, my friend. And we're going to use the air quote saying southern heat, right? Morning, Carol. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Nice Jeep you got there in the picture. And Elaine, you've been capturing some amazing photos. Thank you so much. We're going to be posting some more on social media throughout the day today. Great shots of the moon. Did you see the moon last night? It's going to be another beautiful night with almost a full moon. All right, let's go ahead and highlight the details. Actually, this morning, we're trending colder than what we were yesterday morning by about 5 to 10 degrees. So you can feel that early winter chill, if you will, this morning. We're in the 30s and 40s with mostly 30s, some frost forming for sure. And like Dwayne said, some frozen fog out there this morning as well. So do travel safely because bridges and overpasses, again, your car might get a little bit of ice accretion on it, but the fog is going to burn off quickly. I think quicker today than what we saw yesterday. Still probably going to be with us through about, say, 10 to noon. And then beyond that, we're going to see abundant sunshine. And temperatures should warm back to those seasonal averages. Average high for this time of year is in the mid-60s. And that's pretty much where we'll be. But again, since the sun's setting a little earlier, I don't know if you saw my social media post yesterday, but I felt like it was like 6 o'clock at nighttime, and I felt like it was like 10 o'clock at night. And my wife and I, we literally got done with dinner, and everybody's getting ready, and we're like, oh, it's still early. What do we do? And the kids don't have school today because of Election Day, by the way. Weather affects Election Day, and folks heading off to the polls, whatnot. But if you are going to be doing Election Day, today should be a fantastic day to do so. Good morning, David. How are you this morning? All right, so nice, cool evening. If you have outdoor plans here tonight, obviously you need the jackets. Smooth sailing all the way through Thursday. Here's the latest forecast. It does look like Friday night, for the most part, into Saturday morning will be wet. Round number 2, I know I kind of said round number 2 may be a little bit more potent. I don't necessarily think it's going to be more potent when it comes to rainfall. I actually think it's going to be more potent when it comes to a cold winter chill. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the pattern evolution. Here comes round number 1 Friday into Saturday, bringing us a little bit of rain showers around the area. But you can see round number 2 doesn't really necessarily bring us a whole lot of rain because you can see the accumulation rainfall doesn't really add up a whole lot with round number 2. But what round number 2 is going to bring, you can see that big deep trough digging across the southeast. That's going to bring that cold winter chill to the air. And we're talking about well below average temperature. So for Chris there, about the southern heat type of thing, yeah, it ain't going to be with us. I mean, we're still talking temperatures near 70 before this pocket of cold air comes on in. So let's dive into the details on that 7 day. So we'll be average today at 64. We'll go 70 tomorrow. There's a weak little boundary that's going to come through tomorrow. It's going to pick up the wind, so the wind's going to be increasing. So I think it's going to be a sunny and breezy day tomorrow. That should drop our temperatures a little bit on Thursday, not a big deal. And then come right back up on Friday as our next cold front approaches. That comes through Friday night into Saturday morning. That increases our rain Friday night and Saturday morning. Saturday should be quiet and dry with mostly sunny skies. And then that next trough comes in Sunday into Monday. And look at your Monday high temperatures. Chris, this is not for you. It'll be cold. I mean, it's 48 degrees. That's colder than our average high in the middle of winter. And that may stick around. So towards the end of the 7 day forecast, you can see how the Climate Prediction Center, this is your 6 to 10 day outlook. 7 day forecast, obviously, is 7 days. Then you go above and beyond that, we may start to trend a little bit on the warmer side. So 48 degrees next Monday. It'll be cold, my friends. It'll be cold. What's up, Crystal? How are you this morning? Beverly, how are you? Debbie, we got Debbie joining us as well. Happy Tuesday to you as well, Eva. From an awesome bus driver, not the number one awesome bus driver, but an awesome bus driver in Knox County, right? It's nice that you could join us this morning, Cameron, since you've got the day off. Nice to get the day off, huh? Southern heat comes when you turn on the space heater and you eat some Taco Tuesday. Yeah, you got some mouth heat and you got some heat from the space heater. You gotta have the space heater. I don't know about you, but we have a space heater in our bathroom. Because there's nothing worse than getting out of the shower in the morning when your house is cold because you need it colder to sleep at nighttime, right? And then you get out of the shower, you're like, plus it keeps the bathroom from fogging up if you don't happen to have one. Now, we do have an evacuation, but we don't have a full bathroom heater. What's up, Kenny Vloggins? Sup, man? How are you this morning? Drove by your work yesterday, Lee. My wife and I were over. So my wife and I had a chance yesterday was National Sandwich Day. Did you see that? Did you see my reel on social media? It being National Sandwich Day, and I told you I love sandwiches, my wife and I made it a mission, and we had a bunch of house stuff to do to try to get our kitchen put back together. I told you that yesterday, but we happened to be up in the Powell community, and so we went to the Southern Kitchen Sandwich Company up in Powell. Amazing, by the way. If you've never been there, I highly recommend it. It's right across the street from Powell High School, and their bread, hands down, probably my favorite sandwich bread to date. It was soft. It was good. Oh. The Southern Kitchen Sandwich Company in Powell. Tina, it was amazing. It was so good. And for the folks that recognized me and said hi, I'm so glad you said hi. So thank you so much. I say that all the time. If you're ever out in public and you ever see us, please come say hi. We like to say hi to people. All right, let's move right along, shall we? Got some fog in Anderson County, but we don't have any fog. How about this one? In Sevier County, that's downtown Gatlinburg. Look at the colors. Really starting to change. Let's check out on the Anakeesta camera. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at the gold starting to paint the mountainside. If you have any photos, please share them with me. You can upload those to the Witcher's Pictures link or the Submit a Photo link anyways on the East Tennessee Weather app. All right, let's talk about those national holidays. We don't have very many today. So it's November 4th. So, of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. Any birthdays out there, you let me know. This 48 degrees is not for Chris. What's up, Isaiah? How are you this morning? It's a little bit foggy in Morristown. All right, here we go. So birthdays and events today. Happy birthday, anybody celebrating a birthday today. If you have any events coming up, let me know. Of course, we have the East Tennessee Children's Hospital Fantasy of Trees is right around the corner as we get into Thanksgiving. We'll be talking more about that in the coming days. Today is my day. As I've mentioned on the broadcast, I love candy. I could eat so much candy, like my body weight in candy every single day. I try to stay away from it, but when we have it, it's going to be eaten. And today is National Candy Day. Right up my alley, my friends. It's also National Chicken Lady Day. I have no idea what that is. Do you know what that is? National Chicken Lady Day on November 4th annually honors Dr. Marthena Tina Dupree. For 12 years, Dr. Dupree worked for the second largest chicken restaurant in the world as the Director of Community Relations and Training. She was widely known due to her work in the community. During this time and through her work with the community and the people she helped, Dr. Dupree became known as the Chicken Lady. Now I'm curious on what chicken organization. National Chicken Company, which one is it? It was created to say thank you to her. All right, well, happy National Chicken Lady Day. That's all we got. That's kind of boring, isn't it? But we still have weather events. All right, let's go to 1989. In 1989, snow and high wind plagued parts of Colorado and Wyoming. Winds gusted to 71 miles per hour near Wheatland. We'll make sure we're on the 4th, yeah, because we were talking about this yesterday. And 80-mile-per-hour winds near Fort Collins, Colorado, with up to 5 inches of snow blanketing Yellowstone National Park. In 1988, thunderstorms developing ahead of a fast-moving cold front produced severe weather over the Tennessee Valley and the central Gulf Coast states during the afternoon and evening hours. And the next morning, it actually spawned 19 tornadoes. Remember that November is our secondary severe weather season. So as we get closer to our Friday and this next cold front comes on through, it's going to come through during the middle of the night, so I don't really expect a lot of severe weather. But keep in mind, November is our secondary severe weather season here in the Southeast. All right, in 1987, 32 cities in the eastern and south central U.S. reported record high temperatures for the state. 74 degrees in Portland, Maine, to 86 in Fort Smith, Arkansas. In 1985, a super wet Gulf storm dumped upwards of 15 inches of rain in the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia, causing devastating damage and claiming 40 lives. That was 1985. And in 1927, a great Vermont flood occurred. Tropical rain brought heavy rain to Green Mountain area in Vermont, causing the worst flood in the history of the state. Up to 15 inches in the higher elevations sent streams on a rampage, devastating the Winooski Valley. Maybe I'm saying that right. Flooding claimed 200 lives and caused $40 million in damage. And on this date in history, world history, of course, the daily quote first, by John F. Kennedy. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Great quote there. In 1974, Elton John. I saw John. I thought John Elway. Elton John released his greatest hits LP. In 1970, former King Peter II of Yugoslavia died in Denver, Colorado. He was the first European king or queen to die and to be buried in the United States. In 1967, I Second That Emotion by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles was released. In 1924, Nellie T. Ross of Wyoming was elected America's first woman governor so she could serve out the remaining term of her late husband, William B. Ross. And in 1880, James and John Ritty patented the first cash register. That is becoming non-existent these days because we're electronic now. And nobody, or few people anyways, carry cash. Man, this camera. Those are your national holidays for the day today. Now we move right along, shall we? But I want to take you back outside because this camera is just really highlighting the golden colors across the mountains of East Tennessee. Grab your cameras and send me some photos. That is amazing. But again, dense fog in other parts of town. We've got some dense fog in Union County, West Knoxville, Anderson County, also down at Loudon. Here's a live look at Fort Loudon Dam. Woo, it is socked in there at Fort Loudon Dam. You can't even see the dam off the distance, but you can really see how the fog is moving. Isn't that cool? Ah, what a great view that is this morning. Although not necessarily fun to drive in. I think it's rate your kids' Halloween candy kind of a day. I think you're not wrong. My wife got some candy. It was a chocolate covered caramel, coffee flavored caramel, Like caramels are some of my favorite candies, and coffee flavored candy is like some of my favorites as well. Let's see. Your nephew works for the U.S. Department of State and is now stationed in Cambodia. Nice. Oh, man. I bet you miss him. Your nephew. Caroline Collins has a great morning. Yes. Have a great morning, Carolyn. You thought every day was candy day. Every day should probably be candy day. All right, let's check in on some Witcher's pictures here this morning. I think I got a couple good ones to share with you. Of course, from Elaine. Let's see. Here's one from Elaine from the moon last night. And it was cool seeing it come up over the horizon yesterday evening. It was still bright enough that that we could see the moon as the sun was. Let's see, as the sun was setting and the moon was coming up. It turned out to be great. By the way, we have a waxing gibbous. The illumination is 99%. So tomorrow is the full moon. Ooh, I don't know about that. Let's see. What other photos do we have? We got another one coming from AGC Adventures. The trees, a little muted, but they're starting to come in, and I love these fall colors. Come on, load. There it is. That was from AGC Adventures, and here's one from Lisa Gibson. Your view in Seymour, is that this morning? I think it's this morning. A little foggy, not too terribly foggy, but you can see the abundant sunshine. Again, I think the fog's gonna burn off pretty quickly, and we're gonna see some gorgeous sunshine throughout the day. Today. That's all the photos that I've got to share with you here today. Let's see if I have any to share with you from my cell phone. I probably do. I probably have a couple. I think I've taken a couple. Of course, we got to have our cup of coffee. Here's one coming in from Elaine Ombre. This is her maple tree. I think she said maple tree. Sugar maple, I think it is. Yeah, that's her sugar maple tree. That's Elaine. That is awesome. All right, here's my sandwich. That's my sandwich and soup. Look at that bread. The bread was just so soft. And we made some chili the other night, and I got a good photo of my kid. I don't know if you saw this on social media. I posted this as well. If you join me on Mike Witcher TV on social, you see a lot of photos I post. There's Caden right there enjoying some good old chili. How about this view? Oh, let's get that one up a little bit bigger. There we go. That's a great view. That picture is coming in from Brenda Smith. Picture from last Wednesday in Cades Cove. And this is a great one. This is a great photo. This one was coming in from LeConte Lodge. High up on top of LeConte Lodge. Can't go wrong for that. And since today is National Candy Day, we might as well just throw this on there just because. This was my kid's Halloween basket. Oh, it looks so good. I love me some candy. I really do love me some candy. All right, 7:47 right now. We're not talking about airplanes. We're talking about your time. And we're going to wrap things up here this morning. Happy Tuesday, Renee. The moon was so pretty. What's up, Buck? Is AI changing the way you assemble your broadcast or content? Nah, not really. Not yet. But I do use some of the AI models, which have done pretty well. With some of the rainfall totals, with hurricanes and tropical tracks and stuff like that. Your sugar maple is a star of the neighborhood, is it? And your photos are the star of the neighborhood as well. And really the star of East Tennessee. There's so many great photographers around town. I love sharing all of your photos. All right, watch out for the patchy dense fog this morning. We'll leave you with a cool view from downtown Gatlinburg. We can kind of see some fog showing up there as well. All right, so make sure you like and share, subscribe to everything on East Tennessee Weather. If you've not downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app, good time to download it. If you're joining me from the app and you joined in late, I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel here. But now it's time to go cook some breakfast. My wife's off to work. My kids want some breakfast, and of course, they're out of school today. I get to be daddy daycare today. I get to. I don't have to. I get to. I'm blessed. Somebody told me that one time in life. They said, no. You get to do this. You get to be a dad. That's a blessing. You don't have to be a dad. I gotta change my perspective on how I view things sometimes. I get to do that. I have the opportunity. You should also take that opportunity as well if you possibly can. All right, my friends, be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. Enjoy this live view from downtown Gatlinburg with a little bit of fog kind of banked up against the mountains. See you back here tomorrow.
Sitting, it could light up the show if you gave it to me. This army of sinners forgot to fight for a cause, while the visionaries run a race that's already lost. Standing up in front of an army, shoes in the mud and the wet paint, twists and turns up the alley, just like it should. So your colors, they start, and it's stripping you